Hello, and welcome to the first video in this series where we'll be learning Japanese using Pokemon cards. I'll be laying out some ground rules for the series on screen. Over the course of these videos, many words will be appearing often, so I wanted to cover the basics here to build a solid understanding and avoid covering the same information repeatedly. Also, a basic understanding of the Japanese phonetic alphabet, as well as being able to read both hiragana and katakana, is highly recommended. Although kanji is not required, as words displayed on screen will be written in both kanji and hiragana, a basic understanding will make things much easier. Finally, and most importantly, remember to have fun. Learning anything, Japanese included, is much easier when you're doing something you enjoy. So if you love Pokemon and want to learn Japanese, let's get started. We'll be using this cute Pikachu card here to cover most of the basics. First things first. At the top of the card, you will find the name of the Pokemon written in katakana. Pokemon's names can be the same across multiple languages, just how Pikachu is Pikachu in both Japanese and English, but they are often different, usually deriving from real words describing that Pokemon. An example being Best Boy number 1 Bulbasaur. In English, Bulbasaur consists of the word bulb for the bulb on its back and saur from the word dinosaur. In Japanese, however, he is known as Fushigi Dane, taken from the word Fushigi, which means strange or mysterious, and Dane, which means seed. Putting those together, we get strange seed. I think that represents Bulbasaur pretty well. Located in the top left corner, if the Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, you will see the word Tane written in hiragana. If the Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon, there will be a number followed by the word Shinka, meaning evolution, written in kanji. The number before the kanji represents the stage of evolution. Below that will be a picture of the Pokemon's previous evolution. To the right of that, you will see the name of the Pokemon in the picture, in this case, Pikachu, followed by the words Karashinka, meaning evolved from Pikachu. In the top right corner, just like in English, the amount of hit points a Pokemon has is represented as HP. Directly next to the Pokemon's hit points, a symbol representing a Pokemon's type will be displayed. Note that in the TCG, a Pokemon is not always tied to one specific type, and only 11 of the 18 have been printed, with only 10 currently in use. Since all types are not present, Pokemon are categorized into one of the following: Kusa, grass; Hono, fire; Mizu, water; Kaminari, electric; Chou, psychic; To, fighting; Aku, dark; Hagane, steel; Doragon, dragon; Mushoku, colorless; and the gone but not forgotten Fairy, or Fairy. Dead center, and often taking up the most space on the card, is the beautiful artwork. There's no translation needed for this, but I will be adding some words to describe the artwork in future videos. Below the artwork, there is some often overlooked information, including the Zenkoku Zukan number, or National Dex number, a general description of the Pokemon, Takasa, height, and Omosa, weight. Sometimes certain Pokemon, such as this Raichu, will have something called a Tokusei, or special ability. The name of this ability is written slightly larger than the explanation below, both in red font. Additionally, each Pokemon will have around 1 or 2 moves, referred to as Waza, with a number to their right representing the amount of damage that move does to your opponent's Pokemon, and occasionally a description below of any secondary effects that move might have. Some powerful Pokemon, such as this Giratina V-Star, will have an additional move called a V-Power, or V-Power, and a description of the ability below that. Near the bottom of the card will be 3 more pieces of information: Jakuten, weakness; Teiko Ryoku, resistance; and Nigeru, or retreat. Jakuten and Teiko Ryoku are followed by a type if applicable, and Nigeru will be followed by the retreat cost represented by colorless energy. Below that and to the left will be the name of the artist or company that designed the artwork for that card. If you like a certain card's art, keep an eye out for their work, as they generally have a unique style, and keep those among other cards. The very bottom left will indicate which set this card is part of and the number from that set. Note that Japanese sets and English sets are distributed much differently among products, with the Japanese one usually being broken into smaller sets and being released months sooner. For example, the newest upcoming set at the time of this video in English is Paldea Evolved, written as P-A-L-E-N, which consists of cards from 3 different Japanese sets, SV1A, SV2P, and SV2D. To help reduce confusion, letters have been added next to the card number in all languages to help players understand what cards are playable in the standard format. Finally, in the bottom right corner, there will be a nice description or small fact about the Pokemon, similar to a Pokédex entry. In certain cards, such as V, VMAX, GX, EX, etc., this entry is usually replaced by a rule box providing additional conditions if that card is knocked out. One last thing worth noting, there is a different kind of card used in the game referred to as Toreinas, which, you guessed it, stands for trainer. These trainer cards are divided into 3 categories: Stadium, or stadiums, featuring prominent locations from the series that provide powerful field effects; Gudzu, goods, otherwise known as item cards, with a plethora of uses and even tools that can be attached to your Pokemon; and Sapoto, or supporter cards, featuring iconic characters such as gym leaders, Elite Four members, professors, and even protagonists, as well as unnamed character archetypes. These supporter cards usually have a very powerful effect, and will have a rule box written in the bottom right corner explaining that you can only use 1 per turn. That about covers the basics of words you'll see on a majority of Pokemon cards. If you enjoyed this type of content, look out for more videos in the series, or consider subscribing, as I'll be using my favorite cards and Pokemon to help teach Japanese, as well as card opening videos, video game playthroughs, and other content. Thanks for watching.